What's going on, tribe? It's baseline week. Baseline week. For some of you, you're like, what is baseline week? Because you're brand new. And, you were probably wondering, why is it 42 days? This is a 28-day phase, And, well, we extended a couple weeks. Big reason being is we have an app. And we're really working hard to at least get it out for beta testing at the start of this upcoming phase, which begins May 8th. So there may be some updates on that come over over the next week or so. But in the meantime, we do have a brand new phase that starts, and that is May 8th, and that will be 28 days. And why we're really excited is right now, baseline week is what we call week 0. It's this week where you can reset, reboot, recalibrate, refocus, and relaunch with oomph. Because I know life happens, right? We have moments where everything's just trucking along great. We've been keeping our daily commitments. Health is on the horizon, and we're seeing our goals start to manifest themselves. These seemingly small goals that we've set for ourselves, and we set out on these challenges, if you will, or these lifestyle changes or transformations. And then what happens? We have a slip, We have a road bump. We may get a little ill, maybe sick, a little bit of a flu. Maybe we have a child that stays home from school a couple days because they get sick, and then we've had to rearrange our schedule to be able to stay home with them. Nothing wrong with that. But sometimes it was something that we just can't plan for, and it just happens. And that is the beautiful thing that is life, There is so much unpredictability, and as much as we try to predict, there's no guarantee, all right? We can never guarantee what's going to happen tomorrow. But what we can control is what we do today. And every day we wake up, we can ask ourselves, what can I do today that's going to move me a little bit closer to leading that lifestyle that I most want for myself? And we can all agree that our health is an integral foundational piece that's going to allow us to develop that life by design, that lifestyle that we want, not only for today and tomorrow and a year from now, but for a lifetime, 20 years from now. What is it you want to be doing? What are the things in life that you want to be experiencing? What level of physicality, health, fitness, vitality, mental faculties will you require to ensure that you're able to do that? So today we make decisions. We make decisions that incorporate 30 minutes every day, 2% of every 24 hours. We invest in that number one asset, our bodies, our minds, and our spirits, ourselves, right? Because you matter. You do. Now, for some of you, you've been around for a lot of phases. Some of you are brand new, and this is your first week 0, baseline week. In this week, there's a couple little things that I like to throw out to help you get in that mind state to really optimize your 2% every day for the 28 days that start next week. One of which is a goal sheet, right? Very simple. At least simple as far as in theory, right? Simple doesn't mean easy, though. Some of you know I use that often because it does require choice, and then it requires some action. You actually have to take some time to fill out the goal sheet. But what I can tell you is, if for those that do, something interesting happens. It's like if I say to you right now, don't think about pink fluffy elephants. Don't think about unicorns at Starbucks, right? You know exactly what I'm talking about. All of a sudden you start visualizing exactly what I told you not to think about. And the mind works. Very interesting, right? It's very interesting how this whole subtle messaging that we're often taking from the outside world all the time, and it affects how we perceive things and how we think of things. But when we're mindful about what we're truly trying to create in our own lives, trying to manifest, as they say, we do have to start with a visualization, because if we can't visualize it, we can't actually get there, And I find that those that actually identify their goals and potential obstacles that may be in front of them, whether they are or they're not, what might be there, just by acknowledging them, it makes you more aware of their potential. And then you can deal with it. Or you can make choices today that will improve your opportunities tomorrow to either avoid or hop, skip, jump over those obstacles before they became one of those obstacles that may have prevented you from maintaining that 30-minute commitment a day. Of course, your body just might be sore. For some of you, it might be the first time that you're moving with purpose and doing this style of working out. It's only 15 minutes a day, but trust me, in that 15 minutes, you're going to get a lot done. And you're going to be waking up some body parts that may not be used to that. That's okay. You have to listen to your body. You have to work within your ability. Work within your ranges of motion. And never, ever force anything that doesn't feel natural. You know? And that's why we provide you lots of opportunity to scale the workouts. So you are moving with purpose for 15 minutes. Whether you have to scale it or do it as it's been programmed, doesn't matter. You're moving for 15 minutes. And then you're doing mindful meditation for 5, followed by filling that muscle between the ears with good, solid, inspirational, motivating, educational information. Because if you're not constantly growing, what are you doing? Well, that's a bigger question, and one I'm not prepared to talk about right now. So guys, with that, I'm going to show you real quick here. This is your goal sheet. Pretty cool, right? It's free. The link is in the email today. Choose a goal, right? Pick something. Pick something that you truly feel motivated and inspired. And something, like, ask yourself, like, how would you feel if you accomplished this goal in the next 28 days? Right? Start to visualize what that would be like. Ask yourself how you can measure it potentially. You know, is it realistic? Set yourself a date. Of course, it'll be the end of that 28-day phase, which will take us into June. And then answer some of these basic questions. They're basic, yeah. But a lot of times, it's the basic stuff we tend to skip over or ignore. So I want to encourage you, just do that. And you know, I'm always talking about qualifying goals, right? Qualify the goals. Why do I talk about qualifying? Because it's that emotional connection that we create for the goals and the lifestyle choices that we're making, right? We can quantify things all day. And when I was a brand new personal trainer 20 years ago, dating myself right now, I remember I quantified everything. Everything was based on amount of reps done, amount of weight moved, you know, how many days per week you were in the gym, inches around the waist, inches around the thighs, you know, numbers on the scale. Calories in, calories out, like just all these numbers. And we're very used to quantifying things, aren't we? Well, I want you to start shifting your perspective and start looking at qualifying what it is that you're doing and why you're doing it. Like, why are you so excited to commit to this for the next 28 days? Create that emotional connection to that and to your choices. Because in doing so, there's just a different drive that happens. And you'll get into a flow state where just things start to happen. They just happen. You know, it's not a matter of, oh, I really should do that, or I ought to do that. Oh, gosh. I really got to make sure I do that today. I don't want you feeling that way. You shouldn't want to feel that way. That's not fun, right? But when you get to that state where it's like, I get to do this today. Today I want to. I can't wait to. Because you have this emotional connection and it fills you in a very different way. And that is the idea of qualifying versus quantifying. You know? Not to say the numbers aren't important. They just should be secondary to qualifying your goals. Anyways, that's it for today. Welcome to Baseline Week. Enjoy it. Get into the tribe. Introduce yourself. Say hi. If you're coming back for another phase, thank you for returning. The tribe will be honored to have you there again. And stay tuned for more updates. Things will follow throughout the rest of the week. I'll be providing additional tips and tricks and hacks and just ways to maximize your experience with the Whole Life Fitness Manifesto. So welcome. Congratulations. I'm honored to be on this journey with you. And I'll see you in the tribe. Over and out.